Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3. I'm the Mysterious JG. I'm about to start what's, could be one of those marathon sessions. It's getting kind of late before I even start, but don't have to get up in the morning. That's how I tend to record this game. One night a week when I just have nothing that I need to do the next day, and I'll just get going. Only problem is I really have no idea what I was up to last time because it's been a little while. It's been a while, whatever that joke is. So, yeah, I really, literally don't remember what the last thing I did was. But there can't be that many different missions and objectives and stuff that's open to us. So we ought to be able to take a look. We got... Oh, that's right. The Solarian Counselor had concerns that Counselor Udina has a potential security risk. Which means we must have just cured the genophage. So we can take a look around and see if there's other missions we could be going on. But the main place that the game story wants us to go right now is the Citadel. And there's big doings on the Citadel. I'm going to take a quick moment to adjust my computer's audio settings so that I can hear the game a little better. And because we can check... Rex and Pavlin are both gone. Is that his name? The Primarch, the Turian Primarch. They're both gone because they hang around until you deal with that whole threat of... well, it's the genophage storyline, but basically, once you've convinced the Krogans to go help the Turians while Earth continues to get butt-raped, they are out of your hair. But we're over the minimum strength required, and most of this is alliance stuff. But you can see the second biggest piece is now the Krogans, and the third biggest piece is now the Turians. And this kind of makes sense considering where the story has taken us so far. We're getting a little bit of help from the Solarians. We are getting no help whatsoever from, the Asari. Fuck a bunch of Asari. That's what they like. They got those blue lady parts that are named after a nightclub. Yeah, no, the Asari are not doing shit for us, which is weird, because they're doing it to avoid helping to avoid offending the Solarians. Although, in fairness, the Solarians it's like one Solarian dude. It's like, he's like, humans, we will help you, and we're not even going to charge you, and bring erectile pills. But I think we might get a little bit more interest from the Solarians later, but Solarians aren't going to do a whole lot for us in this game, and I think.
I'm just glad the diplomats are off the ship. A Krogan and a Turian in the same room is a fight waiting to happen.
Right, man, you salute me. Oh, never mind, you're not gonna listen. Oh, I didn't get close enough to trigger this. Ah. Salute, ladies. Yeah.
Commander, Admiral Hackett has requested your help with a Cerberus fighter base on Novaria.
Oh, that's right, I think I remember that. And, I think that is more than just a tiny little side mission. We have those little side missions that are clearly one video affairs. I think this is one of the ones that'll go a video or two, because I think we meet a Mass Effect. I shouldn't write checks with my mouth that my butt can't cash, but I think that's one of the ones where a Mass Effect 2 character gets his cameo, or her cameo. But I just basically gave away that who I think it is a he. Other than... we ran into Thane, who's on the Citadel, kind of keeping an eye on Ash for us, and dying. He is not going to pop up as a character like in a side mission. He pops up on... He's in Muerta Memorial Hospital dying, and that's where he appears in this game. And I honestly, I respect the fact that they set him up with this story in the second game that he was terminally ill and therefore willing to take crazy risks and help you in suicide mission and stuff, and then they're actually going to follow through. It's not why am I giving away stuff from this game that we haven't experienced yet? But the possibility always remains that you'll have a Disney ending with Thane. But right now we are not being given any real reason to think that something's going to change. He appears to be dying. But pretty much all the other Mass Effect 2 squad mates, and Morden is different too because he's tied into the major plot line with the boy, already like in that weird frazzled state I'm usually at the end of a long play session. Morden was involved in the primary plot line with the genophage. And if Morden dies in the second game, he is apparently one of the more difficult characters to keep alive. But if Morden dies, there's like another Solarian scientist who fills the same plot role, but you have fewer options and a lot less dialogue with them. But yeah, Morden is cut out of that. But like your sort of more generic ones, like Jack, we ran into Jack in a mission. Grunt, we ran into Grunt in the mission. So Kasumi had a little side mission that didn't even have combat. It was just a dialogue mission, and Zaid was the same way. So the DLC characters from that game get side missions that are all about chit-chat and don't have programmed missions, really. Sorry, getting a little sip of drink. The more mainstream characters, Garrus obviously is a party member. Tali, you know, I don't consider it a spoiler anymore. It's already been spoiled. I already said back in Mass Effect 1, Tali's in all 3 games, and she's in this one as well. Haven't gotten to her yet, but we will eventually get Tali. But then your other one-shots. Miranda, you know, there is an optional mission that will involve her. And I think we'll be coming up on one of those soon. And that was just a lot of talk for nothing.
The Turians have given us top-level access to their combat data. Their ships are already moving in to help the Alliance fleet.
Sweet.
You actually secured a Krogan-Turian alliance. It's one thing to hear about Commander Shepard. It's another to see him in action.
How would you like to get plowed by Commander Shepard? Huh? He's all class, folks. Oh, there's new stuff I haven't read. Article on the Reapers. Is this from what's her name? Oh, it's not signed off on by anybody. I was wondering if it was from the busty reporter that we've got in our ship. Pharos, group of colonists on Pharos have mounted a defense against the arriving Reaper forces. Somebody, they were pointing out to me how the story is different depending on a decision you make. I think there's specific example. You know what? It's odd. They were going back to Mass Effect 1. And I said something about how, yeah, you know, this DLC is designed so it doesn't really affect anything. And they pointed out that there was an announcement about a ceremony being held for those who died in the Batarian terrorist attack. They're talking about the Bring Down the Sky DLC from Mass Effect 1, where Batarian terrorists are launching asteroids at a human colony world, and, you know, Shepard stops it with the help of his crew members who never say anything during the DLC because they didn't pay the voice actors who played anybody other than Shepard and the DLC-only characters any money. And I was probably saying something along the lines during the DLC of, oh, the DLC it's fun and I enjoy it and I don't feel ripped off, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't really come into the plot. And they were saying, no, there's this dialogue thing where, you know, the ANN news announcer says something about a vigil for those who died, and I'm like, yeah, but it's like there's like a 5-second sound clip about a vigil for those who died that plays if you didn't do the DLC. So, you know, not it doesn't affect it for real. Come on, they add little tiny bits like that to maintain the story. Yeah, I'm gonna get real. But this is talking about places that you visited previously. Pharos, colonists on Pharos have mounted a defense against the Reaper forces. Cool. Informal militia from Zhu's Hope, said to be a survivor of Geth attacks several years ago, propelled initial Reaper landing attempts. With a level of wartime competence more common to seasoned platoons. See, that's cool. Zhu's Hope, you will remember. I can't remember the actual catchphrase, or the guy's leader, like Fidan, was that it? No matter who you talk to, they was like, I cannot tell you anything. You should speak to Fidan. He knows more. And that, like, the Solarian is like, I am not comfortable talking to you, human. Talk to Fidan. Yeah, those guys, who were being controlled by the big plant thing. Apparently, they got to be pretty good at the whole combat deal, and they're kicking some Reaper ass. That's pretty sweet. The colony is ours, Lisbeth Baham said, and I believe she was an actual character from Mass Effect 1. We survived wars, we know how to fight together. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Still fighting from Shiala. I don't know who Shiala is. I'm sure that we came across her. There's a lot of characters in this game series, folks. I don't know if you've seen the articles, but the people of Zhu's Hope are fighting again. Oh, that's her again. Somebody. Oh, this is the Turian. We let the Turian who. Remember, there was a green. Not Turian. Sorry, there was a green Asari because she was possessed by the Thorian creeper or the Thorian or whatever. and she told us that she wanted to try to help the people, because like her psychic powers were used to help control the people, but she was being controlled herself and blah blah. And she had been a servant of Saren's, I guess, because she'd been indoctrinated. But when the Thorian took her over and was expelled, her brain was cleansed, or whatever. We let her live. That was a Paragon path. Renegade path would have been a killer. If you let her live, you get this little message from her, where she tells you that she's... Don't know if you've seen the articles that we're fighting. I'm not sure if you remember me. Yeah, I do. That's surprising myself now. Not necessarily bad things. We fight back the Reapers. We feel each other and act with one mind. Oh, the spores are still in their bodies, and they've still got, like, weird connection to each other. I'm sure I'm still indoctrinated. I remember Sovereign's voice in my mind when I went willingly to lead Thorian as his thrall. But my connection to the people of Shoes Hope is stronger. It drowns out the Reaper voices. Interesting. The situation is imperfect and dangerous. Perhaps the colonists should separate for their own safety, but with one mind, the untrained fight with the skill of veteran commandos. Our force is strong. Oh, that's neat, because she was a Turian commando. I keep saying Turian, sorry. Have you ever faced Asari commandos? Few have. So she was an Asari commando, but now that she's mentally linked with these people, they fight like badass Asari commandos. We have not forgotten how you helped us. We have not forgotten how you've helped us. How you spared me. We're leaving Pharaoh soon, and when the time comes, we will fight with you. So we probably get war assets for that. General Corinthius. Impressive work. Broker an alliance, blah blah blah. He's thinking you're forgetting the Krogans to come help out. Making babies from Erdnut Rex. Shepard. Making babies again will be fun. As soon as this war is over, let's just say I'll do my part to build our numbers back up. You really came through for us. I'm proud to call you my friend. Eve is in the Kelphic Valley, enlisting support from the other clans and spreading the word. She's going to be a great leader. Most of the males won't like me sharing power with her, but that's too bad. I run the show. Well, with her, apparently. We're off to save the Turians now, since apparently they forgot how to hold a gun. What a bunch of pussies. Love, your friend, Rex. Sure, your regrettable decision. This is Dalatrass Linron being a bitch. She's telling you that, you know, you suck. And, yeah. Basically, she's chanting, you fucked up, and telling you that by bringing the Krogan back... Oh, see, now we had to read about them before we got war assets, but there you go. Don't know what that's going to be worth, but it's worth something.
Alright, my turn. What's the first order an Alliance commander gives at the start of combat?
I give up.
Correct.
Correct.
Alright, big guy. What do you call it when a Turian gets killed by a horrible spiky monster?
Friendly fire. Come on, that one goes back to Shang-Chi.
How you gotta respect the classics?
How many humans does it take to activate a dormant mass relay?
602. 600 to vote on it, 1 to ask the Asari for technical help, and 1 to request a seat on the council afterward. How do you know when a Turian's out of ammo?
He switches to the stick up his ass as a backup weapon. Why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
Oh, I like this.
You're shitting me. The Turian military has one about me?
Oh, absolutely. I heard it myself from a private back on Palaven.
Alright, why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
So their Marines can beat someone in hand-to-hand drills.
Nice.
Damn, you need to tell James that one. Hey, what's the hardest part about treating a Turian who took a rocket to one side of his face?
Figuring out which side took the rocket.
Yep. We hate each other, folks. They've completely changed the way dialogue between missions works. I think I find that I kind of prefer this. There's much more sense in this game that the other characters actually have. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but the idea that Garrus and Joker could have a conversation, you as Shepard, I mean, you know, we have to, as the player, get a chance to hear it, which means Shepard kind of eavesdrops. But the idea that they will interact with each other, and they'll be talking about something other than Shepard, it just kind of makes them both feel more alive, even if, and it probably was easier to write, because they don't have to constantly try to come up with new dialogue for everybody to have with Shepard, with, like, branching trees. So little scenes like that I like a lot. What I just said, though, about talking about something other than Shepard reminded me of a fun little thing. It's a joke I had mostly with my sister, also with my brother. parents, especially my dad, liked watching NCIS when the show was brand new. Now it's been on for forever. I guess it's become like an institution. But when it was fairly new, they would watch it, and he liked the pattern that we noticed, my sister and I in particular, was that the character Jethro, like, he's pretty much the main character, but it seemed like the writing, like, there would be these dialogues between the other characters where they just kept talking about what a badass Jethro is. Like, all the time. And Jethro's the main character, and he was this kind of quiet, confident Marine Corps badass, but not every episode featured him getting a chance to do something badass. But the other characters would always be talking about, man, that Jethro Gibbs, you don't mess with him. Did you hear what he did? And it's kind of like Jethro Gibbs would be a good main character in Mass Effect, because you could just walk around and everyone's entire worldview would be shaped around him and how powerful cool he is. Anyway, that was a bit of a weird sideline, but now watch neither of them have anything to say to me. Oh, maybe not.
Never thought I'd see the Krogan and the Turians team up. Even the Reapers have to be a little nervous about pissing them off.
I'd say more than a little.
Oh, wow. Garrus is here, too.
I'm sorry about Morden.
Get her done, doot. No, he was a friend.
He was a good man.
Yeah, he was always
Charlie
running
Brown.
those tests. And one time he tagged me in the middle of the night to ask how many livers humans had. And this bump on my elbow? He said it was just a mild bone deformation, but I'm pretty sure he stuck a probe in there.
Glad it was just your elbow.
Well,
I always
stuck
thought he
probes a lot
was
of places.
crazy. Useful, but crazy. Then he gives up his own life.
Well, to save an entire alien
To
race.
save the Krogan. Doesn't do much to disprove the crazy theory, huh?
I guess not. But he was one of ours.
So now that we got
He
the
was a good
Krogan and the
egg.
Turians, what now?
The Krogan help us turn the tide on Palaven. They can shoot at something useful for a change.
Well,
Dig till we
shoot
hit
at the
daylight,
Reapers, they're
huh?
useful.
Works for me.
So how does it feel knowing Krogan will be
Yeah,
singing
I was gonna talk to
songs
Joker,
about you until
actually.
the end of time? I think it would be an honor.
Yeah, it's like Klingon operas and shit. I'm looking forward to it.
There's enough misery in this universe. It's nice to see something go right for a change.
Can't say I've ever really witnessed history in the making like this. Well,
Well, we defeated
except for
Sovereign.
Sovereign
Yeah.
attacking the Citadel, and then there was the Collector base, but this one felt good. And let's hope Rex keeps running the show on Tuchanka. Maybe we should hire a food taster for him. Imagine the carnage if someone like that brother of his, Reeve, took over.
Yeah, it would
It
suck.
could happen.
I know, it's a chance we have to take, but I have to say, if it wasn't my own world that needed the help, I might have taken that Solarian deal.
Well, you know, the game made it pretty obvious that you shouldn't do that by making the Dalitras be completely fucking obnoxious. I think I keep bumping my microphone. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's not too loud to you guys.
I could never bring myself to do that, no matter what I was offered.
Not by that fucking bitch,
I
anyway.
admire your restraint, Shepard. It's nice when we can save the galaxy without destroying another race along the way.
If you don't mind, Joker and I were talking and you interrupted us.
Let's hope our luck holds.
Not listening anymore. +2 reputation. See, like, no Paragon, no Renegade, just generic Renegade, or reputation increase. There's a recurring theme where they keep talking about saving the Citadel from Sovereign and, you know, Saren's flagship, and the Collector base as being on equal footing, and somehow in my mind it was never as big a deal to take out the Collector base. I mean, certainly it was at least as difficult, but the notion that that would, like, make you a huge universal, you know, globally, not globally, because it's like Interstellar, but, well, it's not, it is Interstellar. Like, this interstellar hero, for taking out the Collector base, it just doesn't stick with me the same as defeating Sovereign, Saren's flagship, and preventing the destruction of the Citadel, or the Citadel being used to summon the Reapers. I don't know. I guess it is a big deal. The Collectors were going around kidnapping entire colonies of humans, and they were up to no good, but somehow it just didn't feel as, I don't know. I'm doing a lot of, like, blathering. Let's try to zip through the dialogues, because I don't want 2 videos worth of talk before we get any more action.
I wonder where all the Krogan will live now. I've never seen what you'd call a house on Tuchanka.
Oh, well, there's nice neighborhoods. We just didn't go to them.
I wonder where all the Krogan will live now.
Okay, so that's
I've
it
never
for
seen
you.
what you'd call a house on Tuchanka.
Joker.
Commander? Commander?
Okay. What about Eve? That was Kind of a pun. Not even a pun, just a reference. But, yeah, we just got done curing the genophage. That's a pretty big deal, so we should check in with everybody. But, boy, there's a lot of people to check in with. And we spent a decent amount of time A, talking to those guys, B, me going off on weird tangents, so. And, as it happens, I just browsing around on YouTube, I got directed to some videos of dialogue you can have with Kaiden in this game if you keep him alive. Which made me feel bad, because he actually comes off pretty well in this game's dialogue. I gave him a lot of shit standing around under the KFC heat lamp, but he was a nice character.
Destroyed by the Thresher Maw appears to be completely inert, Doctor. We would need to send in teams to be sure.
Out of the question. Tell the Krogan to stay away.
Wants to stay away. Well, the Krogan don't exactly take orders from you, bitch. Intel from the Battle of Arcturus, Max. Telemetry captured from Arcturus Station shows just how quickly Reapers poured in from the relay and tore through Alliance fleets. This can analyze hostile fire in the data collected to increase weapon damage. They can also spend processing power looking for ways to improve shielding against Reaper weapons. So you want shield strength or weapon damage? Yeah. I guess I'll go with weapons. What have I gotten so far? Ammo capacity, weapon, power recharge speed, and weapon damage. You know, I could save, and this would be a way to double check and make sure it stacks the way I think it stacks before spending the points. Because if it's 5% boost over what we have now, that's would actually be more than a 10% boost. If the 5% is applied to 105%, never mind, I'm not going to go through the math for you people, but it does make a difference. Weapon damage boost. It looks like it's weapon damage 5%, weapon damage 5%. Again, these are such small boosts that I can't tell whether it's really doing anything. But if I would feel more comfortable if it switched over to 10. I would be more confident that something was actually happening. You know what? Fuck it. That does make me a little nervous. It's showing the same bonus twice, but listed separately, like it's only applying it once. It's probably not, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I'll have to run it past my sales manager. So let's go with the shield boost. Again, it's not worth obsessing over these decisions. They're such tiny little boosts to get. Let's see if you got some new broker terminal shit. Mass relay traffic reports. 95% increase to Widow. That would be the system with the Citadel. So it's almost traffic is almost doubled. Or don't know what the time period is. Decrease at Omega 2, pretty significant. Smaller decrease at a couple of others. And Charon and Shanxi Theta unavailable, which means they're probably systems that have been overrun by the Reapers. Don't really remember the geography of the universe of Mass Effect well enough to really get a whole lot out of that.
The genophage cured. The Krogan have no reason to hold back now, do they?
No holding them back.
Rex knows what he's doing, but can he keep the Krogan in check?
Sure.
Or Eve's organizing the female Krogan. She reminds me of some of the more formidable matriarchs I've known.
Have you ever fought a sorry commander? Yeah, I cut off some of the dialogue there.
The Krogan won't let themselves fall by the wayside again. Not like they did after the rebellions.
Well, good for
We'll
them.
have to get used to them having a bigger part in the galaxy. I hope the Krogan live up to their ancient legacy, and for the better.
I just hope they remember who saved their asses.
Perhaps we can talk later.
Get the fuck out, Shepard.
Please, enjoy your day.
Do it. Do it for me, Shepard. Do it for Glyph. Don't know why I'm coming up here. There's not going to be anyone here. Twitchy, twitchy, twitchy. Turd battery. Just stop saying turd battery. I think I already explained it, but... Yeah, I'm tapping my knee. That's why the controller is kind of sort of resting across my... I don't know. Twitchy. Hey, you got your stuff back.
How are you, Commander? How are you, Commander?
And that's all you gotta say, huh? Okay. Hey, what about Eve?
What are you up to now?
I'm uploading data on the destroyed Reapers.
Where are you gonna run
to
to now?
Turians.
Where are you gonna go?
They are investigating possible Reaper structural weakness. Our data says Reaper capital ships such as Sovereign are of unique design. However, smaller Reaper destroyers bear similarities.
They're
That one
backpedaling.
was small.
Relatively, yes. Ground attack ships are only 160 meters in height. Sovereign was approximately 2 kilometers.
Well, keep talking to the Tyrians. If there's a chink in the Reaper's armor, we all need to know it.
They're backpedaling so much. They had this really... I haven't read every sci-fi short story that's out there, but to me, some of the ideas floated in Mass Effect about big, unique AI-controlled spaceships, like each one representing a separate, conscious and sentient being, was kind of a new idea. It was for me. Maybe they blatantly stole the whole thing from someplace, but it was to me. Now they're backing off, and they're like, oh, there's a couple of unique ones like Sovereign, but most of them are generic and similar. It's like, no, that's not what you said. Yeah, fucking retcon. You're making it more boring than it was. Also, are you talking about Reaper weakness or Weeper weakness?
Hello, Shepard.
What up, gangsta? I know it can't happen because we only glimpsed her in alternate timeline stuff I showed just to showcase it, but I want to come in here and like have Shepard flashback to Morinth trying to be all evil sexy in the corner. Anyone, Bueller? Suppose I shouldn't even be coming into these rooms. I could just be, like actually checking the map on each floor to see who's marked, but then you miss little... You know, I'd never know about this woman with the hair bun staring at the side of some lockers. The way the maps have changed and it irritates me somewhat too. How there's no longer like... Stuff doesn't connect the way it did. It's just a group of tiny self-contained maps connected by the elevator. It's like a game mechanism. I missed the Citadel from the first game. We had this big open area you could explore right from the get-go. Huge tracts of it don't render anything useful, but still, it's like even in the self-contained areas there's exploration, which this game just does not feel like it has at all. It totally feels like a series of short combat missions. Fish tank, armor locker, no reason to go there. No reason to go there. Already done here. Check with the various engineers, Diana and Javik. Then, yeah, okay, so we're... Oh, I gotta move, but we're fairly close to being done, especially because there won't be a whole lot to talk about in engineering. If we have a long conversation with Cortez or James, then we might go a little over 30. The last two upgrades I didn't catch what that said, but it was something about the Renegade tree. Oh, I think I know. They're talking about the last two upgrades in your passive class bonus.
Have you ever seen recordings of Liara's mother, Matriarch Benasia?
Oh God, shut up.
Yes? What about her?
Remember Samara, the Asari Justica?
Do you remember the distraction boobies?
Have you noticed that older Asari women seem to be a bit more ample? Do you think they just keep growing?
Kenneth!
I think I'll spend my sunset days in an Asari retirement home.
If I don't kill you first.
She really should.
Commander?
Power grid is in the green.
And my staff is fully erect, Commander. Thinking about blue chicks' boobies.
Nothing to report, Commander.
Don't know why you came in here. I wouldn't if I didn't have to for my job duties. Javik's usually chillaxing over here when there's nothing else going on. It's usually on the intercom with somebody. Not today. Hey, an actual dialogue. Like for reals. Haven't had one of these for a while. With him,
Commander,
I mean.
You settling in, Javik?
I believe some of the crew wishes to be my friend.
That is not my purpose here.
Yeah, well,
Also,
shitting
I
isn't
find
your
I
purpose,
need
and
to
you
wash
do it a
my
few times a
hands.
day, I
The
hope.
residue of the ship is strong.
How so?
I have been exploring. There are traces of those who lived on the Normandy before.
Are you gonna have weird flashes like Thane?
Her genetic structure was unnatural, as if artificially created.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like Miranda.
And a drill. There was illness in him.
He was a sicko.
Thane.
And the Krogan we met, who lived in these quarters. He was undergoing a metamorphosis.
He turned into a beautiful butterfly.
His memories were confused, not organic to his mind. There was great confusion and turmoil.
I enjoyed it, Shepard.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Reading information like you do.
For my people, it was as natural as breathing.
Evolution's an amazing force.
Our scientists believed it was the only force in the galaxy that mattered. They called it the cosmic imperative.
The white man's burden.
The strong flourished. The weak perished. The governments of your cycle seem concerned with ensuring the survival of all.
Fucking commies.
Was this imperative just your scientist's opinion? Or did they prove something we don't know?
The universe had already proven it. They only had to look around.
Oh, he's a social
And
Darwinist.
saw what exactly?
Extinction is the rule of law in the cosmos. The natural order of things. The weakest species are doomed.
Javik's a proponent of trickle-down economics.
It's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Otherwise, we'd have anarchy.
In the UK.
But those who had nothing to offer would be eliminated.
So conflict should be a way of life?
Yeah.
Evolution demands it. The strong grow stronger by dominating the weak. It is for the greater good of all. Though I do not think your Asari approves of my beliefs.
So I killed her and absorbed her power.
Liara? I think she just had a different idea about what Protheans were like.
She didn't know about your goofy costumes.
We are all a product of our time. Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be.
Oh, poor Javik's questioning himself. Yeah, Javik sounds like a hardcore right-wing Republican, except that he believes in evolution. So, you know, the whole hardcore right-wing Republican thing, you know, it goes pretty well with all of his beliefs about the strong dominating the weak and the survival of the fittest and the blah blah blah. But he keeps talking about evolution. The Earth's only 6,000 years old. Javik, get with the program.
You think you'd like that? It's a whole different line of work.
Probably believes in global warming too.
Living a life of constant war, taking life in every battle.
It's fun.
I see how it could be tough to see outside the box.
It is the only box I have known.
Well, you don't know any female Protheans.
A stone is shaped by the one who carves it. The stone has no choice in the form it would take. You and I, Commander. War is our sculptor, and we are prisoners to its design.
No, I can go Paragon
Maybe not
path.
much longer. We win this, and we'll both be set free.
I could turn you into a stone. Would that make you happy?
If the Krogan seek retribution for the past, do not waste time on sterility plagues. Destroy them where they stand.
Plenty more.
In the meantime, yes.
What?
A difficult fight remains.
What?
Morality and friendship do not matter now.
Plenty more?
Your
What
allies
happened
are
there?
simply resources to use against the Reapers.
Like, Javik was talking and Shepard was just like off in his own little world and then said plenty more. I don't know what happened there.
Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
Plenty more.
Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
Plenty more. Alright, I tell you what. It's time to end the video. All we have left to talk to are Cortez and James, so we'll hit on those. We'll hit those two. We won't hit on them. I was going to say we'll hit on those guys. And then I realized hitting on Cortez might not be a good idea for Shepard if he intends to end up with Tali, Ashley, or any of the various lovely ladies he's met on his travels. So we'll come back, we'll talk to those guys, and then I'm going to jump into the fighter base mission so that we can make sure we're getting the side missions done timely, since they can time out on you, but the main plot missions cannot, as far as I know. Since the main plot missions time out on you, it basically blows up your entire game, which they don't generally like to do. But either way, see you guys next time with more of Let's Play Mass Effect 3. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye for now.